video and all other videos on this channel are for entertainment purposes only. The content of this video and all other videos on this channel are the opinions of the creator only and do not constitute legal, trading, investment, or financial advice of any kind. Investing carries a high level of risk and the majority of retail clients lose money. Do not invest any capital unless you understand the risks and you are prepared to lose it all. Right, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your boy Camel and welcome to the week. Welcome to Monday. I don't know about you guys, but you know, I took some time off this weekend, tried to relax, tried to take my mind off the charts for a little while. And it seems that in just one weekend, this market has gone completely insane. And I think some of this is to do with the fact that the market's not really doing much right now, right? Bitcoin is just kind of stuck in this little range, bouncing around. The volatility is kind of low. It's refusing to make any true directional breakouts. Out of boredom, I think the market has latched onto a few very strange things that are going on right now. So we're going to just touch on these. So I suppose most of you are probably familiar with this. If you're not familiar with this guy called Josh, who according to his bio is a Wall Street trader and who has been publicly trading a portfolio which has grown from about 2.1 million to 21 million over the past year, which of course are very impressive returns. And I believe he's mostly done this with options on MicroStrategy and Bitcoin, which of course suggests he knows what he's talking about, right? And he then went on to write this poem here. I'm not going to read it, but you can pause your screen and read it if you're interested. But essentially, he was talking about how getting to a specific date, we may well see Bitcoin close at 84,000 even. And he then went on to suggest that if we did this, we would do something known as running the table, which is where we only go up, only have green candles, and his target price was 444k. Now, since his history, his track record is actually pretty impressive, a lot of people have kind of latched onto this and are assuming, therefore, he's got to be correct, and 444 is the upside target for Bitcoin. He's also been quite cryptic on the internet, talking about how, or kind of hinting, I should say, hinting at the fact that this is all some kind of simulation repeating itself, and there may be some element of truth to that, okay? But the thing is, at least from my perspective and experience, once you draw eyes onto this kind of thing, it ceases to continue to work. So I think, even if this was some kind of simulation glitch, he probably should have kept his mouth shut, and then it would have probably come to fruition. Now there's so many eyes on this, many of those eyes will be doubting this, right, and laughing at this idea. And so the collective consciousness is kind of divided here. It's always going to be divided. You've got some people saying that this is a prophecy, and other people that are laughing or rolling their eyes as I'm even talking about this and thinking this is a giant waste of time. But the opposing polar opposites kind of lead me to believe that this 444k target is not going to be met now. The reason people have gotten so latched onto this, I think, other than boredom, of course, is the odds of him being able to pick the closing price of 84,000 bucks on that specific date are less than winning the lottery or getting struck by lightning, right? And it depends on which exchange you used, but it is important to point out here, on many of the exchanges, we did indeed close 84,000 flat, right? 84,000 even. Now, as you can see here, this one is about $84,063, but there were plenty of screenshots under the original post that shows across many exchanges, the price did actually close on the expected day at exactly $84,000. And this is one of the reasons people have been so sort of latched onto this. And of course, it begs the question, can we therefore run straight to $444,000 in a massive lockout rally? I don't know, right? That's the absolute truth. I don't know. I don't think we should really be putting too much weight on this, although it will be extremely impressive if it happens to play out. I think the last thing to point out about this is, I believe originally the call was if we close above 84k, then we would expect to trend down, and if we close below 84k, we would expect to grind our way up to 100k, and if we closed at exactly 84k, then we would see the run all the way to 444 in spectacular lockout fashion. So we'll see about that, right? We'll see. For now, it seems like we're not yet running the table, to say the least, right? It seems like Bitcoin doesn't care. And therefore, I kind of think when price doesn't care, why should I? So lots and lots of speculation. Yes, impressive call. Yes, almost impossible odds. Does that mean we need to take this thing really seriously? I'm not really sure it does, to be completely honest with you. I know loads and loads and loads of people were tagging me in this and asking me to cover it. I also know some of you were suggesting this might be a psyop, where he puts out a prediction and then some whales kind of get behind it and force the price to close at a certain level to kind of fool retail into thinking, oh, this is 444k is coming next. I don't know, man. You know me. I love a conspiracy theory. I love a tinfoil hat moment. I love all of this simulation stuff. I love to talk about it. I love to think about it. But for me, this just doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry, this just doesn't qualify as exciting to me. But of course, if it goes to 444k, number one, I'll be very happy with that performance. And number two, we will of course come back and say, wow, how on earth did he do it? For now though, it does seem like one of these riddlers that just comes around every once in a while. I know the XRP community has loads and loads and loads of riddlers all the time, and most of them turn out to be wrong perpetually. Also, speaking of whales and boredom in the market, okay, there was a $300 million short with a liquidation price of around 86.6k, I believe. And then we had people on Twitter, okay, trying to get together a team of 7-figure traders and upwards to push the price up and liquidate this whale, right? So we've got this weird situation where, you know, the massive short gets placed. CBB on Twitter has put together a team of 7-figure and above traders, and they've gone after this short. They're trying to hunt him down and liquidate him. As you can see, 7-figure size only. They've already got 8 figures committed. And as far as I'm aware, this pump is allegedly because of them. It's because they tried to run the stop. But this whale with a $300 million short since then, I believe has added more margin and moved his liquidation price slightly higher up. So as it stands, okay, they are mission unsuccessful at this moment in time. But again, I mean, what is going on here? I went away for one weekend and I've come back and the space has just gone absolutely berserk. I'm not in a good way. We've also got tech dev out here posting more unidentified up-only signals. So, I mean, last time it led to this, okay, can it happen again? Or we'll find out. Also, take a look at this chart right here from this Sailor Parody account, suggesting that Bitcoin might have just been 1 into 2 of the final blow off top fifth. Gold did a 7x after the ETF dropped, and Bitcoin launched at 38k. So 250k isn't hopium, it's precedent. We'll see, right? We will see about that. And we've also got the golden cross in liquidity, which should be synonymous with seeing a big parabolic blow off top for Bitcoin. So sentiment is in the gutter. People are so bored, they are actively putting teams together to hunt whales and writing poems about the potential future price of Bitcoin. But under the hood, the technicals are setting up, right? The technicals are setting up, and it's not going to take much here. Also notice, in a way, this Bitcoin bull market didn't even start yet. And this is Bitcoin priced in gold. You can see, didn't even manage to break out. So far we could argue a no starter for Bitcoin. And this week we know will be stacked. We've got retail sales, home builder confidence today. Then on Tuesday, we've got housing starts, building permits, okay, all this kind of stuff right here. On Wednesday, of course, we've got FOMC and the interest rate decision. And then Thursday, we got initial jobless claims, manufacturing surveys, existing home sales. So a pretty stacked economic calendar for the week. And of course, FOMC on the Wednesday. Currently, remember the rule, anything above 85% means we're almost certainly going to see whatever is priced in at 85%. So since we are currently above 85% with a 99% probability of remaining paused at this current meeting, then we can say with near certainty there are going to be no rate cuts at this meeting. For the record, I continue to disagree with this. I continue to think this policy is overly restrictive, but time will tell about that as always. And so last but not least, a little bit of technical analysis. What is there to say really? Okay, no changes to the stock market since the weekend. We are hoping to see this thing put in some kind of bottom, confirm a cycle low with a breakout, and then you will see me get long for what is probably going to be one final time, I would think. Gold continues to march on to new highs, so happy days there, and we are positioned for that by silver and the miners in the member section. Bitcoin, as I said, still kind of stuck here, right? Anything other than getting stopped out or new highs for me is no man's land. So as it stands at the moment, hard to get excited or say anything is coming at this moment in time. The thing I'm the most interested in is, can we get a rejection off of resistance here for the 10-year yield following FOMC, right? Can we get maybe something like this and then off we go downwards, because this will start to put rate cuts on the table, and aggressively so, from the following FOMC and onwards, which I suggest to you are very, very much needed by the markets. Also, if you made it this far, as a little thank you, we are now going to start to release the indicator and the website. So if you want that, go to camelfinance.co.uk. Take a good look around the website. There's absolutely loads here. You will, of course, get the indicator, which, by the way, now works on all assets and all time frames, as well as my watch list, as well as things like access to the members area. There's a whole heap of educational content, indicator tutorials. There's support teams. There are Discord clone type servers that you can have access to. All of these ones right here where my cursor is, as well as things like meme generators, games, and this is ultimately going to be a hub for all things cycle related. There's videos on here for how to get the indicator working and all of that kind of thing. I highly encourage you to go to the website and have a good look around. If you go to find out more and what's included, you can watch these videos, and there's also an AI chatbot that you can ask questions, and it will give you immediate answers if you want to know things like cycle counts or have a quick question about the indicator. And of course, you can always contact the real life customer support team if you get stuck with anything else. Some things to note about this, okay, this is completely separate from everything else that we offer, all the other services. This is a standalone thing. We do currently accept PayPal, and a few people have had issues with this. If you're not able to execute the transaction with PayPal, just give it about a month and we will be adding more payment methods. To get access to the indicator, you do need to set up a monthly or a yearly subscription, but there is a 2-week free trial included within within that rather than just the initial sign up stage to have a good look around. Also, please make sure you enter your TradingView username correctly at checkout. Otherwise, you won't have the indicator pinged to your invite-only indicators. As I said earlier, there's a free AI chatbot, so you can get all kinds of help and instant responses to your questions. And also, make sure you watch the How Our Indicator Works video, camelfinance.co.uk/how-it-works. And then you can see everything it does, the full power, and how to get it set up, how to customize it, how to tune it to your preferences, and more. So if you're interested in that, do go to camelfinance.co.uk, have a good look around the website, as I said. And of course, you can try it for free for 2 weeks, totally risk-free, no commitment, cancel without paying a penny. If you do want to buy the annual all-in-one go, it works out about 70p a day, I think. But again, as always, entirely up to you. That's it from me. I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, take care, all the best. Cheers, bye.
Camel Finance, he's the man to see, rocking the markets with his contrarian spree. Trades like a pro, no fear, no shame, sticking to his guns in his money game. He's a badass, oh yes indeed. Camel Finance got the markets key, taking us normies on a bump.